Welcome back to the Bailey Financial Group. This is Jerome, and I had a pretty good trading session last night. I started with the London session, and I had a couple of missteps, but I made them made up for it during the New York session. So let's take a look at those right now, just real quickly. And I've given myself some milestones to reach. My overall goal is to pass the FTMO challenge, of course, and to get my first deposit. But on the way, I've given myself a few milestones to reach to hopefully make things easier for me mentally. So let's take a look at that. So my first milestone is the 3,000 mark right here. And I successfully reached that. I give myself a nice little checklist. Let's check it out right here. So made myself a little checklist. I did reach the $3,000 milestone. I've given these milestones myself to hopefully keep my drive going. So I'm looking forward to with tonight's London session and then the next morning's US session to get close to 6,000. Now, if I don't hit 6,000, that's fine. It's all about, the journey on the way. Right now, I have the account at 3,000. So, if I end up getting maybe 500, 1,000, 1,500, then fine. That's okay. I still have this whole challenge is 30 days, 30 trading days, and I'm only on my fourth trading day, and I already have 3,000 for the account. So I'll be happy with, 1,000, 1,500, and I'll be ecstatic with an extra 2,000 because that would mean I will have 5,000, and I will be that much closer to the second milestone. But we'll see what happens. Regardless of my trading, I'll make a video about it and keep y'all updated. So anyways, things are looking pretty good. Right now, to keep things more simple, I think I explained in my last video, I'm only trading two pairs, and those are commodities. I'm only trading oil and gold, and for me, I find that it makes things more simple for me. I like to keep things nice and simple. I'm not fumbling between all these different pairs. I just choose two of them, and these two have been proving to be pretty well for me, to work pretty well for me. So let's go down. I do have one trade that did stick out. It's a really good trade, and I'll show that to you. So I have completed 4 trading days. Okay, I'm passing this and I'm passing that. The max daily loss 5,000. Only lost 1,000. The most I've ever lost with this account that I have right now is 2 grand. Okay, which is pretty good. And here it is. I am above 3 grand. First milestone for me, and looking forward to getting that up to 10 grand and beyond to pass this first phase of the FTMO challenge. So let's get into my trade of the day. Let's down here. Okay, I believe it's right here. Loading up. And yes, here we go. So this was during the US session. Okay, so first trade, my entry strategy was that I saw a type 2W setup at the start of the equity hour, and I entered on the 3-minute chart. So here it is. The purple line symbolized the US session, and this was a type 2 pattern, and I'll show you how that works here in just a minute. So I entered in this purple line right here. This hit at 6:30 a.m. Las Vegas time. But on the East Coast, it's 9:30, and that's when everything opens up, business, stocks, whatever, all the markets. And this is pretty much the equity hour. So, and I entered in right here because price is always around that bottom. This is my entry point. Okay. And this is how the trade turned out. I'm very excited about that. Turned out to be successful. I didn't hold it all the way because I did exit right there, and I'm thankful that I did exit because price ended up dropping a little bit down further, and it actually dropped way past down here. So I'm thankful that I got out when I did. I just took the profits, and I'm very happy about that. Okay, so yeah, manually took myself out of the trade. Now, this trade was the result of patience and executing trades outside of the box. Now let's take a look at that. What do I mean by outside of the box? So let's fire up my trading view chart real quick. Hopefully my computer doesn't play around with me with the speed. Okay, so that was kind of quick. It wasn't so bad. All right, so this is the gold chart. Okay, this is the 15-minute chart. I enter my trades on 3-minute, but this is the 15-minute. I can show you what I mean real quick here. So these yellow lines, the gold lines right here, this is the London session. So what I like to do, if I plan to have a setup come through during the US session, I make sure to mark off the high and the low of the London session. So this red line is the high of the London session. This green line right here is the low of the London session. And this blue line represents the median price. That's right there in the middle. Now, I saw a type 2W setup. A type 2W setup is when you see price go in the shape of a W. So this is what I saw. So I have this leg right here. So down and up. And then I saw another leg, excuse me, down and up. So overall, it's like an upside down head and shoulders pattern if you know anything about patterns. So it started to break the box. Now, what do I mean about box? Price is always in a box. It's never good to trade inside of the box because it's easy to get caught up and price can always whipsaw, go back and forth. And trading outside of the box makes for more of a stress-free trade. So first we have the type 2W setup. So we have one leg right here. We have another leg right here. Okay, so that's our type 2W setup because it's in between this little box right here. And I waited until price broke out of the box. Okay, so this is the box I'm talking about. So here's the top of this little box right here. And down here is the bottom of the box. So we got this right here. It's like a little square box. And I make sure to stay away from all the stuff in here because, it's, how can I explain it? You have a better chance of making a trade if you think about executing a trade outside of the box. In here, inside of the box, anything can happen, but things are much more clear when you get to the points that are outside of the box. So I set my alert right around here. So my alert went off to signify that I am at the top of that box. Now, once the alert went off, that's when I shrank this chart down to a 3-minute chart. That's when I began to look for a really good entry with that 3-minute chart. And you saw my results of that. So price did go up. Again, this is during the equity hour. It did go up, and it was over a $3,000 trade in one trade. So I was very happy about that. So let's take a look back here with the metrics here. So you take a look at this. This was a trade that got me $3,585 in 19 minutes and 7 seconds. So over $3,500 in 19 minutes and 7 seconds. And I think that's pretty cool. Now, it takes a lot of discipline to do this consistently. And I've learned that the hard way. It takes a lot of discipline and patience because you can make $3,000 one day, $5,000 one day, and then the next day you'll lose 7 grand. And you gotta have, I've been learning that you have to be strong mentally and resilient and to not let emotions really get to you because it can be very depressing if you make almost $4,000 on one session and then the next session or the next day you lose 4 or 5 grand. Excuse me. Now it is good that you're able to come back from that. It's definitely possible and you can do it, but it takes a lot of resilience. It takes a lot of mental strength to be able to do that. So it's all about being consistent, but how can we be consistent? Being consistent means just relying on your trade setups. And that's what I've had to learn. If you have a good playbook of trade setups, like I like to rely on type 1, type 2, and type 3 M and W setups. That for me has worked. And not everybody does that. Everybody has a different trading style. But what works for me might not work for you, as far as a trading style. But for me, this has been working for me. It seems that I've been refining it lately because I have taken a lot of losses. This is not my first challenge, but I needed to lose those challenges. I needed to lose to help me to learn what my trading edge is, and I'm still refining it. It's still not perfect yet, but I'm still refining it. But in the process of refining it, it's getting better as far as profits, and I'm very thankful for that. So it's all about being consistent and finding what works for you, not chasing pips, but always depending on your best trade setup. So that's pretty much about it. I just wanted to show you my progress. Things are going pretty good so far. I'm really looking forward to chipping away at this next milestone. I'm looking forward to some good things tonight, starting with the London session. I'm going to take a pretty good nap, take about a 4 or 5 hour nap, wake up in time, get a little workout in, and eat some food, get mentally prepared for the London session, and then onward to the US session. So looking forward to that. But anyways, my name is Jerome with the Bailey Financial Group. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I thank you for being a subscriber. And I also do Robinhood option trades. I've been away from that lately because I haven't seen any good moves yet, but I am still on the lookout for good Robinhood option trades. But this is just a nice little FTMO Forex video. But anyways, thanks for watching. Thanks for being a subscriber. If you have any comments at all, just drop them below in the comments, and I will get back to you as soon as I can. Again, thank you for watching. Like I always say, take the money and run, and be blessed.